Had it not been for Islam, I either would have been either in jail or dead. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, all children are born Muslim, and it's their mother and their father who makes them either a Jew or a Christian. My father was an Israelite, and I remember as a child, he used to go to this place, he used to call it a camp. I was too young to go then, but my brother used to always go with him, come back telling me stories about, what went on at the camp. Talked about the teachings of Moses and everything. And like I said, I was a little kid. And my father started to teach me the Hebrew alphabet. And the one thing that I noticed about the alphabet when I got older, when I started to learn the Arabic language, the letters were very similar to one another. And then after that, my father stopped going to the camp, and then I moved to New York. This was back in the early 70s. And during that time, in the early 70s, we had, which was the Nation of Islam. And that was my first ever hearing about the word Islam. And we all know what the Nation of Islam is. It's not a true religion, but back then it gave us, African American race, a purpose. It gave us an identity. And at that time, my brother was going to, I forget what temple number was it, or mosque number was it, but it was in walking distance from the home. So he used to go there and read a lot of their literature. And I used to sneak into his room and pick it up and go through the pages and see what it was about. And like I said, back then, I was not even 10, 11 years old. And I used to look at it and see Elijah Muhammad, Fard Muhammad, and all these Muhammads in there. And then after that, back in the, I'd say, late 70s, we had what they call the Ansar Allah community, which is the helpers of Allah. And I remember when I was in junior high school, riding the trains, going to school, and they used to come on the train dressed in a white thobe, white kufi on, and they were big. They were in the lower Bushwick section of Brooklyn. And they had stores, apartments, they had blocks with nothing but just Muslims. And my brother got into that also. And I used to go look at that stuff, read it. And back then, their religious leader, which was Imam Isa, he was proclaiming back then to be the Mahdi. And he had his own interpretation of the Quran. He had different types of literature. He used to come out and do magic tricks. He'll come in and be a puff of smoke and he'll disappear. And he had everybody mesmerized. So after a while, we got out of that. And I got into Christianity for a little bit, going to church and everything. And my cousin, alhamdulillah, right now, he's still Muslim. And he's the one who actually introduced me to the true teachings of Islam. And it wasn't until he got arrested. So I used to go visit him when he was in prison. And he used to sit down and tell me about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to teach me about the oneness of Allah. Allah has no partners, has no son, no daughters. And all this time, going to church and everything, they telling you about the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, 3 in 1, saying how Jesus was God. Then they said he was the Son. And I used to say, well, which one is he? Is he God? Or is he the Son? So which one is he? But nobody really had no definite answer for me. So, but then I said I started to study about Islam. My cousin tells me to go to the masjid, and Brother Hanif knows Imam Isa, which is Nadia's uncle. I came through his community, alhamdulillah, and I started going to the masjid, and they started learning about the true teaching of Islam. And through that is when I, took my Shahada. And until this day, alhamdulillah, I'm still Muslim, still learning. And it's not the end. And we from the cradle to the grave. And that's basically it. And alhamdulillah, sometimes I ask myself, why did Allah choose me? Why did He choose me to become Muslim? And my wife and I, we sit down sometimes, we talk about it. We could have been doing this, that. And, my friends, when I was coming up, telling me, you Muslim now? You Muslim, not you? Like, why not me? Well, you used to be. I ain't gonna give you that version, but he used to say, you used to be this, you used to do that. Oh, you don't do that no more? Nah, I can't do that no more. And alhamdulillah, I became Muslim and I never looked back. And I'm truly grateful for it, because had it not been for Islam, I either would have been either in jail or dead. So it would have been one or the other. And I'm truly grateful that Allah has chosen me. And I'm truly grateful that I don't know where I would have been without it. And I always tell everybody, hold on to the rope of Islam. Hold on, because that dunya out there, it's not a good place for us. That's about all I can really say about it right now. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for listening. Before I became Muslim, I had a great time. Once I became Muslim, I didn't miss that life because I knew where it would have taken me. I've seen a lot of my friends that are not here now. And when I became Muslim, during that time, the crack epidemic was rampant in New York. And sometimes I wonder, would I have been one of them? And but like I said, once I took Shahada, I stopped everything. And also I can thank my wife too, because she stopped me from doing a lot of things also back then. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair.